Hello, everybody. This is Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministry, and today is a very important day in my life, and it's a day that most people would choose not to speak about, but I want to speak about this day. Today is exactly 2 years since I got a divorce, and there's a psalm I want to read, Psalm 35. It says, "For his anger is a bit for a moment; his favor is for life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." And when we read that psalm, or I read that psalm, and I read the second part of it, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy may come in the morning." I made a recent video about that spoke about the difficulty of dealing with this particular situation in my life, or this chapter in my life, and how I was crying on a nightly basis to just deal with this. And then joy comes in the morning. So there was this period of sorrow and doubt and untrust and scared and did not know what to do. And then joy finally came. And it's 2 years later now, and I have more joy than I can ever imagine I'd have in my life. And just the new life that I got, almost feeling like being born again. But look at the first part of that psalm. It says, "For his anger is but for a moment, but his favor is for a life." And our life is a very valuable gift, so much so that our wonderful Creator gave Yeshua to die for us. And there are a lot of people that have been in my situation that have went through a divorce, which is such a terrible thing to go to rip apart what Yahweh allowed to be together. I'm not going to say it's what He brought together. I'm going to say He allowed to be together, because we don't understand relationships today, and we're not trained to be in a relationship or even to find a spouse the right way anymore. We have the training book, we have the guideline, we have the Bible, but we don't follow that guideline, and we end up getting a spouse on our own terms. And it says in the scriptures, there's a way before each person it seems right, but ends in death. And I'm going to read the first part of Psalm 35. "For his anger is but for a moment, but his favor is for a life." I think about Adam and Eve and all they had in Yahweh's plan for them. Everything, everything and blessing and gift of life they had. But they threw it all away because they sinned. The sin of Adam and Eve was not about eating an apple. The sin of Adam and Eve was disobeying their Creator, or not following His instructions, uh, like He told them to, and diligently following His word. It says in Exodus 15:26, "If you diligently follow my statutes and commandments, I will not put the same disease upon you as I put upon the Egyptians." So as we follow His instructions, we get life. Life is the reward. And as we disobey His instructions, we get the wrath of Yahweh and the consequences. And then you look at King David, who did the terrible sin of adultery and murder. And Yahweh forgave him, but there were still consequences to his sin. And Yah being angry with us is a result of us not listening to His instructions and His guidelines. I made a video called "The Sin of Why I Got Divorced," and it got a lot of popularity. It helped many people to understand my situation and the situation many people are in. And when I speak about I didn't do the diligence of listening to Yahweh's word and His instructions and guidelines of how to choose a spouse, or even if I should choose a spouse, uh, I had consequences for not listening to Him. And what was teared apart was something that He allowed to be together, but He did not bring together. Only when we follow His guidelines and instructions will we get it that way and get that. And His anger and my consequence was, even though I got many blessings out of the union that He allowed to happen, I had to live in years of disorder because I didn't follow Yahweh's plan. And today is a day that I can say I am more released from any bitterness or anything else that happened than the previous 2 years. And I can only see a road to recovery for this. I see the blessings that came out of it in Yahweh's hand of giving me two amazing children. I see my weakness, which I'd have to grow from, in not being able to cohabitate with another human being on that level. And so many learning experiences from this. And I'll be honest with you, when I first went through this, I had a lot of negative feelings and negative emotions. But as time's going on, I have more time to reflect and think about what had happened and where I am today. I have more joy in my life than I've ever had before. And more understanding and knowledge and wisdom about these situations. And I continue to grow as I continue to sin and make mistakes because we're all sinners. I am thankful today. And I want to encourage all those who have went through divorce or are going through it right now. The sun is going to come up on your cloudy day, and there are better days ahead as long as we make wiser choices. I almost made some pretty bad choices since in the last 2 years that I've been divorced. Some pretty unwise decisions and unwise choices. But through the grace of Yahweh, by putting brothers in my life that I can console as elders, through me upping my prayer life and helping me to pray like I've never prayed before. All these things I feel have helped me tremendously. And today is a day of freedom. Today is a day of excitement. Today is a new birth and being born again. And it's a day I will never forget. What I went through and what I did, having to put myself under man's authority in the court system. What I did, allow myself to be put in a situation that I shouldn't have been in to begin with by not doing the diligence I should have did. Today I'm having a day of thankfulness, of joy, and of freedom. And to all my other brothers out there who have been through it and taken to the woodshed and Yah's freed, and to the sisters out there as well. I congratulate you and I thank you and I praise with you that there's still hope and there's still a future, because that's what Yah's word says. He offers us a future and hope when we listen to his plan. I'm getting off my plan and I'm listening to Yah's plan. And I didn't realize this then, but I realize this now. And this was my greatest lesson. If I lose everything that I tried so dearly to hold on to, my money, my marriage, my children, my house, everything, that I tormented myself with trying to hold on to everything, what would I do if I lost this all? How will I survive? How will I live? I moaned and groaned and agonized over that during the whole process. But what I've learned today and where I am today is, if I lose everything, as long as I have Yahweh, I am still the richest man that could ever walk on this planet. And I'm so thankful I learned this lesson. I'm not thankful I had to go through this to learn it. That's my fault. But remember, folks, there's nothing more valuable than your relationship with Yahweh. And they could take away everything. But as long as you have Yahweh, you are going to survive. And you're going to be well off. So I'm blessed. I'm excited because I got a relationship with Yahweh. I didn't lose that. So praise Yahweh. It's a new day, a new life, and hallelujah for freedom.